Are the Ecto1 and the Ecto1A the same car or different cars? This is something that's always caused speculation on forums and Facebook groups, and has only increased since the release of the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer, showing the original version of the Ecto1 just in a derelict barn rusting away, and people are saying, why doesn't it have all the advancements the Ecto1A has? So a lot of speculation here on whether they're the same car or not, and that's what we're going to examine in this video. Now, in real life, they are actually different cars. They got a whole new car to build the Ecto1A, and despite the obvious differences with the equipment and all that, they do have other little differences, the bumpers just being the most obvious. So one of the arguments that they must be the same car is that those cars are just so rare and hard to obtain. I always counter this by saying it's a sci-fi fantasy horror film. I mean, you can have 100-foot marshmallow men walking down the street, ghosts, paintings that come alive, rivers of slime under New York. I don't think it's something fathomable that we could have a few more Cadillacs in existence, you know, easier to obtain. And of course, one of the theories that they are different cars is because of the names of the cars. One's called Ecto1, one is called Ecto1A. And if you were to do up the car and just put some extra bits on top, all that sort of stuff, why would you change the license plate? I mean, that requires a lot of paperwork and stuff. Surely you would have just kept it as Ecto1, not changed it to Ecto1A. Now, one interesting thing about the Ecto1A is that it was originally going to be called Ecto2. It was actually changed to Ecto1A in the reshoots for Ghostbusters 2. Some of the original shots with the Ecto2 number plate still exist. Now, as far as I'm aware, this has never been confirmed officially, but the reason for changing the name halfway through production to Ecto1A is because of this, the Ecto2 toy from the real Ghostbusters line. And of course they did do a toy of the Ecto1A later on, so it would have been very confusing to have two Ecto2s out there. So at the beginning of Ghostbusters 2, we see the Ecto1 and it looks in a poor state, ready to be put out of its misery. Later on, when they're back in business, we see the Ecto1A looking all brand new and pristine. Ghostbusters 2 novelisation, which has been re-released recently, combined with the Ghostbusters 1 novel. At the beginning of chapter 15 of the Ghostbusters 2 one, it says, "The garage door to the Ghostbusters Firehouse headquarters rumbled upwards, and the team's newly purchased and refurbished ambulance, the Ecto1A, zoomed onto the street." So even in the original novel, it actually confirmed that the Ecto1A was a newly purchased car, not the original car done up. Adding further confusion is the Ecto1B, which is the car from the video game. Now, we don't know if that's the Ecto1A that's just been refurbished into the Ecto1B. Again, it just doesn't make sense to change the license plate number, so maybe as their business grew, they bought more cars. There's an interesting Easter egg in the video game. Round the back of the firehouse, you can actually see the Ghostbusters 2 doors stored away. Now, of course, we don't know if the video game is going to be considered canon going forward once Ghostbusters Afterlife is out. That is something that will be answered once that film is released. Now, I always kind of assumed they renamed it Ecto1B just in case they wanted to do merchandise on it or something like that. We didn't really get a lot of merchandise from the game. We got the rookie figure from Mattel, and most of the other stuff was promo-related items, and one of those did include an Ecto1B keyring. So there we have it. We've looked at everything, and to me it just makes sense they're different cars. The official novel even confirms that. And it also makes sense that when the Ecto1, basically died, they just stored it away in this old farmhouse and just kept the new Ecto1A back at New York for their business. Of course, we don't know where Ghostbusters Afterlife is going to go. It could completely change the canon. We just don't know until the film's out. But anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think the Ecto1 and the Ecto1A are the same car or different cars? All opinions are welcome. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep on busting.